Well, you finally did make it across the pond, and the first night you came over here, you iced at the Belfast Arena in a match that was on Sky Sports. I mean, what was your first, probably jet-lagged impressions of the league when you finally got here?
Well, that's it. You get over here, and I really didn't know what to expect with arenas or fans or players or whatever. When we stepped off the bus in Belfast, I walked into the rink, and I was like, "Wow, this is." Obviously the Odyssey is one of the better buildings in the league, but it seemed like I was in the NHL for the first 10 or 15 minutes. I was traveling for a day and a half there, and to get off the plane and take another plane and to go here and go there, it was definitely a tough night. I mean, it was one I'll remember, but it was one that you kind of want to forget on some other ends of it. But, the first impression was good hockey, good fast pace. They have a good crowd there, a good arena. I think, when I came home to Basingstoke, it's not the best rink, but bang for your buck, the best fans in the league.
I mean, let's talk about you settling into the country. I mean, obviously you had those few weeks there, you were losing on the ice, not the team itself.
Yeah.
How difficult was it? Would it have been easier to settle if you were winning, or did you just settle perfectly fine whatever?
Definitely off the ice, just with the problems that, with obviously entailing from Thomas, saying that we were going to be paid from, August 30th or whatever. And then, we're going to get you a car. I never have it taken care of, or, just the apartments were a disaster, moving here, moving there, sleeping on an air mattress for 2 or 3 weeks at a time in a new country. You're wondering, what am I doing here? You wanted to, it does carry on the ice. Obviously, you don't want to have too many excuses, but you could see guys weren't happy. I mean, you could tell from the guys that all left. We lost some pretty good players. When a big guy like Goulet, we could use him on the point all year. Matt Miller, a goal a game guy. We lost some really big parts of our lineup, and for me to settle in, I think was a little bit easier because I had school and I had some ways to get away from the rink and kind of let my emotions go some other ways. But some guys, when that's all you have to think about, and you're sitting around thinking about this and that, and it really wears on you, and it can really bring you down.
Well, within weeks of joining the club, there was an upheaval as the coach that signed you, Ryan Aldridge, actually left the club entirely. I mean, did it come as any shock to you, even within the short period of time that you were over?
You can kind of see the writing's on the wall always when a team doesn't do well, that it's always they point to somebody. There's going to be some fingers pointed, and unfortunately it was Ryan that got the fingers pointed at him, and for coaching it's totally I think it was out of his control with the visa problems we had bringing in. I was 3 weeks late. Some other guys, you never really got off to a strong start that you need to in a season, or just be able to have those practices together and put a good team on the ice. For Aldi, he was wearing probably 10 hats. He's picking me up from the rink every day, taking me to the gym, taking me to the grocery store, doing this. He's probably doing that for, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys while he's making phone calls, ordering equipment, doing things. It's just, you could see it kind of wear on him a bit, and I could tell he wasn't happy, and, Thomas was not fulfilling promises to him, and I figured it would be only a matter of time, and I thought it came at a tough time for him because we had a little easier schedule coming up when he left, and people thought maybe, when they brought Eric in, we played a little bit better, but it was just, no disrespect to the Halls or the Edinburgh, but, it was teams that we came in and did well and got a few wins in early when Braff was there.
And I mean, obviously what followed Ryan's departure was obviously the departure of Thomas from the club. I mean, how did you actually find out that he left the club?
We just showed up to, we were supposed to get paid, whatever, Tuesdays of the week or whatever, we show up for practice, and he wasn't there, which, it's normal, maybe 1 or 2 days, and Wednesday comes, and, guys are starting to call him, and there's no call back, or there's no answer in the phone. Guys are starting to get a little worried, and, it's tough because there was a few times that I wanted to, I was owed a lot of money from coming over here, and I just wanted to, talk to Ryan and Shanker and just say, hey, I'm not going to play unless I'm paid. And, Thomas made me a bunch of promises. And, when that guy started leaving, well, we'll up your pay to this, and then it'll take care of this and this, or, I'll have that for you on a Tuesday. And things just never got taken care of. And showed up to the rink, and Thomas just wasn't there for the whole week. We didn't know really what to expect. We played that weekend without being paid. And, luckily for us, Planet Ice came in and took over, but then you lose another week of pay there, that lull that he's gone. So, it's just a matter of things that just continues to wear on you. Things you shouldn't have to worry about. The professionalism just wasn't there.
I mean, let's talk about housing. Obviously, you mentioned earlier on you had to move 6 times within 2 months, and you brought your partner over with you.
Yeah.
How difficult was it for you to keep your relationship there while having all these problems with the housing and that?
That's the thing. Early on, I was lucky that she wasn't here. I came over by myself because she was having so many visa problems. She didn't get here till towards the end of October, I guess, mid-October, towards the end of October. But definitely wouldn't have been here. Wouldn't be in this seat right now. She was here from the start. Some of the things we were put through, and places we lived. But you know, that's just one of the things. I guess I don't know if it's the norm. I don't think it's the norm around the league, but you know, to just be living out of a suitcase for 6, 8, 10 weeks, you know, 8 weeks, I guess you could say. It's, yeah, I mean, no one wants to live like that. You know, you got no hot water in your apartment. You got this, you don't have that. Things you take for granted every day. It's amazing when you don't have them. How quickly your life can go down the drain. I mean, when she did finally come over, there was, you know, at least 3 or 4 times where I came home, the bags were packed, and the cab was waiting at home saying, "Hey, we're going home today." And it was tough to try to calm it down and decide, like, this is what we came over to do. This, things were going to work themselves out. But you know, a lot of people made promises, not only through Thomas but other places, you know, other people, and you know, just to not have them fulfilled it's tough to swallow.
I mean, one of the things that we've been learning is that it was a player's decision to move in with each other. And you I don't know if the word lumbered with Eric Braff, really.
Yeah,
how did that come around?
You know, playing at ice, obviously the budget's it's pretty small, and you know, in your original contract you're supposed to have your own apartment, your own car, you have this, you have that, and everything else. But you know, to make ends meet, we said we live with Eric, which you know, he's a great guy. We got no problems with him. We just originally we were going to live with Curtis Patrick and his girl, which, you know, 2 girls in the same house is a little different. But you know, when they went to put us in our apartment, it wasn't going to work with how it looked just from the outside. And then we walked in, it just so Patrick and his girl took off that night, and we spent the night with them that night at a fan's house. And you know, I could just tell the girls talking back and forth that I think I was on the way out the next couple of days, and we didn't get things sorted. But Bradford, you know, it's tough to live with a coach. I mean, I feel bad for the guy. He's got a lot on his plate. Obviously, I wouldn't want to be in his shoes with taking on what he took on, and he did. You got to give him credit for that. I think he'll be stronger from it. It's just it's tough that, you know, he'll be always kind of remembered for, you know, losing 20 straight in 09. But you know, he's a great guy on and off the ice. It's tough for me to swallow not being able to steal him a game there down the stretch.
Well, it's funny, you talk about all these issues off the ice, but on the ice you were beginning to win heavy plaudits across the country for your net-minding performances. And did you pay attention to anything that was being said about you?
Yeah, I mean, you read about it, you hear people say things to you, or hey, did you hear what he said, or did you hear what they said? But you know, it's all well and good, like we talked about before. But it's just, you know, hockey's a team game. Yeah. You don't want to have to go out there and stop 40 or 45 shots to win every night. You're hoping your team, you know, can limit some more chances. And you know, you're not playing for the name on the back as much as you are the name on the front. I wish more guys on the team would play that way. I think we'd have had a better season this year. But it's a pride thing as well. You know, you like people to know that you're giving it your all, and you're trying to win games for not only, you know, your teammates but the fans. There's nothing better than when that final buzzer goes, you got 15 guys jump off the bench coming and let you know you did a good job. It's, you know, Paul Thompson said some very nice things about me in Coventry, and you know, there's some other players that you handshake after the game, say, hey, you know, what are you doing here? Great game. I don't know how you stuck it out, but congrats. And you know, you just try to do as much as you can. As a goalie, it's tough. Sometimes you're only as good as the players in front of you, and unfortunately, the numbers are going to suffer for that. But I told myself that just try to shake things off, and you know, it's tough. I'm not used to giving up 4 or 5, 6, 7 goals a night, so to come back and play the next night, if you do that on Saturday, it was tough on me mentally.